So I've got a new lens. This is the Voidylander Tony 0.95, which means everything around a tiny volume of space is going to be blurred, which is I'm going for art photography on my YouTube channel. But anyway, let's get serious for a second. I don't know whether I'm in focus or not. I focused on this plant here, which you can't see, that's next to my hand, and I've stood next to it because it's such an old-fashioned lens. It's manual focus. But anyway, where are we? We're in Swindon. So I've been challenged to not just by a couple of friends of mine, but I'm involved in a spat over cultural heritage, and the challenge is, but what about ordinary working people, Mr. Fox? And of course, ordinary working people, what does my channel say to them about their heritage? So I've come to Swindon. Now, I'm not going to go on about the railway where they built trains here. This was a couple of villages 200 years ago, and industry came to town, the railway, building railway coaches and engines, and because of that this town exploded from a couple of farms into the urban settlement we see today. Now, I'm not going to talk about social history, it's not my bag, but what I can do is talk about, if you live here, I can talk about the ancient substrate that lies beneath your feet, underneath the foundations of your house. I thought I'd be depressed. I thought it would be, it might be some sort of urban hell, but actually there's plenty of space, lots of light, lots of green spaces. I'm in a green space now. The council houses are nice and big. This isn't an inner city. There's good things about this environment. Underneath it all, today I'm going to do the west of Swindon, the northwest, which is about Rodbourne. So Swindon itself, what does it mean? Swindon means pig hill. Swine, swin, and dun, down, makes pig hill. But I'm going to pick out, this is a suburb, a great big parish, used to be farmland, only 150 years ago, and tell you about the ancient landmarks, the anglo-saxon landmarks that gave the name to where you live, that are still in existence today. Autofocus. We don't know we're born. So the river, the stream I've shown you is I don't know what it's called today, it's not marked on the map, but it's in the 700s AD it was called the Raod Burnan, and correct Old English would put an H on the beginning, Raod Burnan, and it means reed-born, a stream of reeds. I want to get some footage of some of the reeds, but I haven't been able to see any so far. I'm trailing a cobweb, right? So you may live in a suburb called Rodbourne Cheney, and next to it is Morden. And in old English, it was in the charter of Rodbourne. I think it's S993. I'll correct it if I've got it wrong. But it is called Meredon, which means marsh hill, or the hill and down here would have been marshes. We know it's pretty wet. Just down the road is a place called Purton, where I've done a video before. Absolutely soaking wet. And all of this would have been extremely, I mean, it's had over 1,000 years of drainage. You could argue 2,000 years of drainage. And so these settlements were built on the high ground above a marsh. So just around the corner from here, very close, is where the Reedbourne, or the Chreod Burnan, meets the River Ray. It's the River Ray today, but 1,000 years ago it was the River Wharfe. And that doesn't mean a quay where you unload your boxes off your boat, but what it does mean is comes from the Old English warian, to wander. It's a river that, well, all rivers wander, don't they? Meandering, basically. So this is the end of the Reedbourne, but the Saxon charter of Rodbourne follows. Well, it touches the wharf, and then goes around an island and then rejoins the wharf, and that island is here, and what he calls it is the Purton Iya, which means Purton Island. Iya is island. So names like Sheppey, you don't need to put island on the end of Sheppey, because the E on the end of Shep, it means island. So so that's what we're going to have an explore. It's a country park, so see if I can get it. I've got to cross this old canal somehow. I'm not sure I can, but let's see if I can. If I can't, I'll just go wandering off and talk about whatever I see.